Okay, I'm starting off here at defconlevel.com, and the current situation for Central Command, and as you know, that's the alerts for the Middle East, or it's called US CENTCOM, is we are now at DEFCON 3. So it's getting serious. I mean, the overall DEFCON alert is 4, but for the Middle East, it's a 3. So things are getting a little bit more dangerous. I don't know I'm going to keep a sharp eye. If it goes down to 2, I'm gonna think something's going on, because that's doesn't happen very often, a 3. So some of the news that they have on July 6th, CENTCOM stated on Tuesday that the United States withdrawal from Afghanistan is now at 90% completion, and the target date for full withdrawal is set for September 11th. And the other big news item, I'm actually go to this article. Let's see, where is it? Just days after a rumor had been swirling around the media about an attack on a U.S. base in Syria that was denied by the U.S. government. Would that be the Biden government? Not really representing us. Might as well just call it the Chinese government. Iran-backed militias carried out 2 attacks on U.S. bases in Iraq, both within 12 hours of one another. Iran has declared war on the United States, by the way. So because of what Biden has done. The first attack was on the Al-Assad base in the afternoon during the daylight hours when 3 rockets targeted the base. Daylight attacks rarely ever happen. U.S. forces retaliated with airstrikes. The U.S. coalition stated initial report at approximately 2:45 p.m. local time. AIN Al-Assad Air Base was attacked by 3 rockets. The rockets landed on the base perimeter. There are no injuries and damage is being assessed. When evening came, 2 drones attacked near the U.S. Embassy. Sirens sounded at the embassy as well as the Union 3 facility not far from the embassy. The drones were shot down by the U.S. CRAM defense system above the base. No casualties or damages have been reported. So that's the latest from the Middle East. And I'm going to go ahead and go to, so this Central Command, and remember there's several different commands. This is just the Middle East, is 3. So it's not like the whole thing is. The whole thing overall is a 4. 5 means we're at peace. Okay, now some of the breaking news. That's what I wanted to look at, see if there's anything. Okay, so it's all coming out of CENTCOM. July 5th, a Ukrainian medic was killed and another person was injured during fighting in Donbass as Russian-backed militants carried out an attack on July 4th. July 5th, the Taliban has stated that there will be consequences if the United States and other foreign troops have not left Afghanistan by September 11th. Ooh. A base housing U.S. troops in eastern Syria was reportedly hit by rockets on Sunday, as reported by various news agencies. The U.S. coalition in Syria, however, denies these claims, saying that there's no truth to the story. Let's see. Also, July 4th, Biden stated the United States will respond if Russia is behind the cyber attack. Why is it always Russia? And I think I talked about this yesterday. Russia, Russia, Russia. It's like, what is it from the Brady Bunch? Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. They've got a thing for Russia. The U.S. military shut down 3 camps in Qatar ahead of potential Iranian missile strikes. The camps had contained weapons warehouses, the last of which have been transferred to Jordan. And then July 4th, they said the new target for complete Afghanistan withdrawal is now the end of August, which is earlier than originally planned. So I guess it's not. I guess they're going to get out before their little deadline with the Taliban. Maybe they don't want the Taliban on their backs. Okay, that's it so far for world news. There's a few other things, but this is coming from the defconlevel.com, where they use intelligence gathering information and then write stories about what's going on. Okay, I'm here at disclosurenews.it. Now, this is the storm writer's website. He was kicked off Twitter, from what I understand. He may have been reinstated, I don't know, but this is another site that I go to get his information. And I like his intel because it usually comes out correct. So until that changes, I will report what he says. He says small inner city tunnels and lines, UTs. There is New York 150, Boston 45, Hartford 50, Baltimore 50, DC 70, Montreal 60, and they all connect to maglev and sub tunnels. Northeast US is the oldest trafficking tunnels since British control. Queen, Phillips, Vatican, CIA, FBI, I guess I'll use those tunnels. And I missed this one. The last 10 to 15% of the tunnels in the US are the hardest battles. It's all these little tunnels through California, Texas, Florida, Water World. Oh my goodness. What does that mean? Northeast US, 5-finger sub-maglev lines. There's submarine lines, there's submarine tunnels. When all this is done, I hope they give the American people and the rest of the world, everybody, tours of all of these, at least the ones that weren't blown up and they were left because they were safe or something, so that we can at least see for ourselves. My goodness, it's so crazy. The many tunnels through the Northeast cities, New York, DC, Philadelphia, Montreal, Finger Lakes, Chicago, etc. Massive mini tunnel lines. And so that's what these are talking about, the small inner city tunnel lines. And I guess they have to go through every one of those. So, wow, that's hard to do. So that's, that's the last little bit that they're doing. I don't know if I've read this before, but I'm going to read it again. 22 Nation Alliance. And it's now 30 nations. So the alliance is made up of 30 nations. So when you hear me say the alliance, that's what I'm talking about. It's an alliance of 30 nations. I do believe we are getting some help from somewhere. And that part I can't tell you. I don't know. Because I can't imagine how this could have gone forward without some, divine guidance. We're working together, making decisions together. Timing is everything, and this military strike and operation must be done precisely. Yes, they want to make sure. Other countries are still putting operations in order. DRIP, Australia, UK, Germany, California, Iran, Israel. So, it's a big operation, but it has to be done. We have to purge the earth of this evil, because that's not who we are. And we won't let them do this to our children or to us. We can't live in a world where this is happening. I mean, who does? Who wants to? Nobody would want to have children if they knew that the children were going to be taken and tortured and stuff. No way. So this is it. All right, that's it from Writing the Storm. Okay, so I'm at the earthquake map, and I'm just looking at Iran and Iraq, the Middle East area, because this seems to be where all this action is taking place right now. And they are at a DEFCON level of 3. So I wanted to see, what's going on seismically. And what I'm seeing here in Iran, all of these, and I've checked them, are 6.2 miles in depth, like this one here, 6.2. 6.2. That indicates a tunnel right there. What I'm thinking is they're doing some clean outs in this country, and the cover story for all the explosions that you see and things happening is going to be maybe this war, so-called war between Iran and the US. That's what I'm guessing. And let's see what that one is. 6.2. Going all the way up to Azerbaijan, where they had that big fire on the Caspian Sea. 4.3 again. This has got to see if it's shallow like that. It's anything less than 10 miles is a likely dam cleanout, dam explosion, or tunnel explosion, or part of warfare, because most earthquakes are really, really deep, like over 100 miles deep. It's rare when they're just a few miles down. And especially when they're all the same like that, 6.2. I mean, you can't make that up. That's crazy. That has to be a tunnel to be at the exact depth like that. 6.2 miles. This is Kazakhstan. So I think the war is really on fire over here. And that's why we're seeing so much activity in the Middle East as far as, rockets and stuff like that. I think it's just cover. This is my theory. And, they're actually doing something underground. So I just wanted to point that out.